So thank you guys. How are you today? Thank you for giving me a couple of minutes to talk about this fascinating series. So let me start with you, Nate. When you were part of an ensemble cast of a project of this magnitude, you create sometimes some kind of bond with your fellow actors. So I understand that this series finished shooting over a year ago. So what was that reunion like after so long, after finishing shooting this series?
The brotherhood of these men is such an integral part of the story, and when we got started, we had 2 weeks in a pretty intense boot camp environment where we all were all meeting each other for the first time. And then we shot the series over the course of a year. A lot of that was in close quarters in these cockpits, these replica cockpits for hours at a time, getting to know one another. I think that's what helps bring the series to life is just their relationships, us being behind the scenes and getting to know one another and becoming friends, informs, of course, the nature of the relationships we see on screen. So, seeing everyone again, we had our premiere the other night. We all got to, see each other after what was a long shoot. It was just super exciting.
Excellent. Thank you for that. So Anthony, you have several very intense sequences without spoilers. Let's say that some of them had to do with some losses. What was it like working with that emotional aspect of the character while in the middle of a battle?
Dealing with that was interesting because you're juggling. You're doing all the technical stuff of navigating and trying to fly the planes and do that to the reality as much as possible, and then you're also having to deal with like the acting element of it, which is the people dying, the people getting hit and trying to carry on. So it was a real balancing act. But I feel like in the final product we've done the men proud.
Yeah, great. So for that, Nate, as a journalist, I really like this type of projects because it gives me the chance to do some research for these 4 minutes. In your case, what can you say had the most impact about the story, and what did you learn that you can put into practice today?
Yeah, I think what struck me initially, reading the series and working on it too. These men were so young. They were really just boys, thrust into these extraordinary circumstances. Guys from just all over, all different backgrounds, thrust together and really having their lives depend on one another in the air. I think not only their courage and their sacrifice made an impression on me, but also the extent to which the bonds they formed, and how much that helped them get through.
Okay, Nate, what was the technical training like with everything related to flying airplanes, and in that time in particular, where I understand many of the airplanes had new technology for the time. So, and also I understand that you both also went through an excruciating boot camp. How was it like?
It was intense, but it was all fun to be able to learn about this stuff. We spent lots of time with different military advisors, a few of whom have actually been inside or even flown some of the only remaining B-17 planes, so they know them back to front. They could tell us, which switches to flip, which gauges to look at, how it all worked, so that when we're shooting the scenes, it all feels as authentic as possible.
Excellent. My time is up. Thank you so much, guys, for these 4 minutes. And again, congratulations. Such a wonderful series. So thank you.
Thank you
so much.